this video we see the calibration procedure for the burner of UL94. We have the apparatus, the cabin, the burning, the calibration system. The UL94 have two different flame. One flame of 20 millimeters of flame that is 50 watt, and other flame with the name 125 is 500 watt. You turn on the apparatus. In this new model you can move with the job the position of the burner, and with the second job the sample. Now we can turn on the lamp for help for the setting. The calibration system have two positions that you fix with these two blocks, the top blocks and the bottom blocks. The bottom blocks is for the 50 watt. The top block is for the 500 watt. When you move it, open the knobs, you can move up or down until arrive at the block. You push always on the right and fix it. This is necessary because for have a good quote of the label, the top of this placket is on the same level of the top of the burner, and for having a correct configuration of the burner in the two situation, 50 watt and 500 watt, is necessary open the air of the burner in this way. With open air for the 500 watt, and with closed air for 50 watt. The same level of the burner is correct. Okay. Other question is very important, that is the probe. The copper probe is perfectly over the burner. This is the more complex of the whole operation of the calibration. In special mode for the 50 watt because the flame is very little. Okay. After, you must open the gas with that jug here, okay, and the main tank obviously. The inlet pressure of the gas to apparatus is between 0.5 to 1 bar, 0.6, 0.7, it's okay. Go to menu, the first boot button is the calibrator, okay. We can decide for 50 watt or 500 watt, okay. You must decide before the start of the test. Here you have a methane flow, the temperature of the probe, and the time that is necessary for make a calibration, because the calibration required that the temperature of the probe, when I put the flame on the probe, arrive between 100 degrees to Celsius degrees to 700 Celsius degrees in one determined time. 44 seconds for the 50 watt, 54 seconds for 500 watt. For turn on the burner, use a lighter, long lighter, and you have a safety valve for open the flux. Okay, now for see better the flame, we turn on the lamp, turn off the lamp. You can regulate it, in this case, more near. Okay. And here you must put the flux with the parameters required of the standard. In the case of the 50 watt is 105 milliliter per minute. The regulation is very little at this value, and you are waiting some seconds for see the result of adjustment. In this case, the pressure, the back pressure, is between under 10. Is very difficult to see with analogic instrument. Normal when you obtain value, okay, 105, 110 is correct. The standard required that stabilization of the flame after you set the parameters is about 5 minutes. Okay? When you are ready, you have to connect a thermocouple, attention of the polarity, plus is down, and the plus of thermocouple is the little jag, the little pin. When the temperature of the sensor probe, the copper sensor probe is under 50 degrees, you can start the test, the calibration. If the temperature is more, because you have just make one time a test, is not possible start the calibration. Press start. When press start, the system waits the positioning of the burner. Don't have a sensor, but make an evaluation of increased temperature on the probe. I put under the copper, and you start the reading, and you are waiting that the temperature arrive at 700 degrees and verify the time if it's correct or not. In this case, for 50 watt, the time correct is 44 seconds, plus or minus 2 seconds. If the temperature is more high, you arrive at the result in less time. If the burner, the flame of the burner is low, the timing over. In this case, you obtain, when you finish, you remove immediately the burner, obtain a time of 43 seconds, 0.8. The flame is okay because the target is 44 seconds with 2 seconds of 2 plus or minus second. In this case, you have perfect flame with only 0.2 seconds of error. I have a correct flame and I can start to do the test. For the composition of the apparatus, the test is on the left, the calibration is on the right. It's not necessary to dismount the calibration system. You can change only if you change the flame. When you finish is okay, or press reset for continuous, go to main and make the parameters for make a test. If I want, if the calibration is not success, the first problem normal is not good position of the probe, because it's not perfect in concentric of the burner, is not in a good quote. In other ways, necessary increase, little increase of the gas flow or little decrease the gas flow. The parameters is possible change for the methane tanks, for the methane, because in every country and every furniture, especially if the tank is possible that have the different percentage of the methane, or little different power of the methane. In this case, you must adjust the regulation. For the second flame, for 500 watt, first, or if the apparatus is turned off, or if in this case I performed 50 watt, is necessary to turn off the flame. In this case, it's better, in my opinion, turn off the gas from here, waiting the flame is down. Check always that the temperature of the probe, I suggest under 50 degrees before touching, okay? Or it's better always use a glove for protection of temperature. Use the jug for open. There is a space for lateral out of the probe. Dismount, okay. We take a correct probe for 500 watt. You put here, okay, and connect with little pin plus in the bottom. Now we have two blocks, remember. Open the jug and put in high position, and put the bottom of the copper at 55 millimeters. Without flame, we check the position. we have the other block for the horizontal movement axis, and control. If you're not sure, you can check if the copper is in the center. You can adjust that also with the movement, not go to the finish but a little before. Okay, when you are sure, you can reposition. $35mm. The white label is for the position of the two kind of coppers. The orange label is measurement of the flame. For the flame of the 50 watt is only 20, because we have only one measurement. For the measurement of the 500 watt, you have two measurements. One of the inner cone, 40mm, and second for the top of the flame, 125mm. It's possible that you need increase the position of the safety flame, okay, not have a problem. Now can go in the position and rapid regulation of the quantity of air. You put it the same level. Top of the placket is the top of the burner. Now we reopen the gas. Open some flow. Waiting for the safety thermocouple. Okay. And now regulate the value of flow at 965 milliliter per minute. It's important now you can change the calibration system from 50 watt to 500 watt, okay? The back pressure in this case is 125 millimeter H2O or water millimeter. One important thing, in this case you see the flame, the top flame, the standard asks 125, but it's very difficult to see the top of the real top of the flame. You can check in two ways. With a metal wire, if you put at 125, you can see the wire increase the temperature and arrive at the orange color. Or when you put on the probe, you see the level of the orange color of the wire. Now the parameter is correct. Waiting the stabilization of the sensor. Okay. Press start. The system ready insert flame. Okay. Arrive. Put handle, and the system start. In this case, for 500 watt, the time is 54 seconds, plus or minus 2 seconds. In this case, probably the burner, the copper is a little more forwarding. It is possible the calibration not good. You see, because the correct way is that you see, in this case, low flame. You remove the burner, can reset, and in this case you must waiting the cooling the temperature and restart the test. When the probe is correct, you see the flame in the front, and the copper change color. We start the calibration. We can see the orange wire arrive at 125 millimeters. 54.2 seconds. It's very good. Remove immediately the burner. The calibration is finished. Now we are ready to make a test in different configuration. You can choose, depend of which kind of the test of UL94.